Hello friends, in this video we are going to see the 10 Singapore dollars standard circulation banknote, which was launched from the year 2004 by the Government of the Republic of Singapore. This banknotes were printed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. Now let us see the physical structure of the banknote. It is a rectangular shaped banknote made from polymer material. It is printed using the intaglio technique, that is, raised printing technique, which can be felt by soft touch on the note surface. The banknote includes background color of red. The size of the banknote is 141 mm by 69 mm. Now let us discuss the obverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a complex clear window, which is a see-through window with a multi-tonal image, which consists of the emblem of Singapore, which is printed using the intaglio, raised printing, which consists of a shield at the center bearing a crescent, a new moon representing a young nation on the ascendant, and 5 stars representing democracy, peace, progress, justice and equality, supported by a lion and a tiger representing Singapore's namesake and the country's historical ties to the Malay Peninsula. Below them is a ribbon inscribed with Majulah Singapura in Malay language, which means onward Singapore. Next, it has a shadow image, which consists of a watermark-like portrait image of the Encik Yusof bin Ishak, the first president of the Republic of Singapore, which is visible when viewed with transmitted light. Next, it has a perfect registration, in which the Singapore lion symbol appearing near the watermark is printed simultaneously with the same image on the front and back of the note. When the note is held up to the light, the Singapore lion symbol on the front registers perfectly with the image on the back. Next, it has the stylized gold patch, which is in the shape of the Singapore lion symbol, with the texts of the denomination of the note across it on several lines. It also has an image of the Singapore coat of arms that will appear at varying angles. Next, it has a large denominational numeral 10 in English on the center of the note. When magnified, in the denominational numeral 10 at the center of the note, it has reverse intaglio microtext, in which the text MAS in micro letters in the shadow of the denomination numeral can be clearly seen. Next, below the stylized gold patch, it has the lettering "This note is legal tender" in English. Next, below the lettering, it also has the denominational value, $10 in English. Next, below the denominational value, it has the signature and the seal of the chairman of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The seal is printed with the fluorescent ink, which glows brightly under ultraviolet light. Next, it has a security thread, which is in the shape of the Singapore island. Next, it has an intaglio portrait of the first president of the Republic of Singapore, Encik Yusof bin Ishak, which is hand engraved and printed in intaglio ink. The portrait on the front of the portrait series notes serves as a unique anti-counterfeiting feature. The fine lines of the engraving are difficult to imitate or reproduce, and, at the bottom of the portrait, it has the lettering Yusof bin Ishak in English. Next, it has asymmetrical serial numbers, in which the asymmetrical serial numbering style has progressively larger digits in adjacent positions. The serial numbers on the bottom left side of the note appears horizontally, and the serial numbers on the top right side of the note appears vertically. The serial numbers both glow under ultraviolet light as they are printed with fluorescent pigment. Next, it has offset microtext at the end of the serial numbers on right side. When magnified, the text, Monetary Authority of Singapore, forms a continuous pattern inside the denomination numeral. Next, it has an embossed clear window, which is a clear window with the denomination numeral embossed in it, with repetitive patterns of the denomination numeral on the top and bottom. And, next, on the top right corner of the note, it has a braille pattern, which is 2 horizontal dots printed in heavy intaglio ink. This is so that the visually handicapped users can recognize the denomination by touch. On the upper side of the note, on the center, it has the lettering Singapore in the 4 official languages of Singapore, which are Malay, Chinese, Tamil and English. And next, It has an intaglio microtext. The text Monetary Authority of Singapore is in micro letters above the 4 official languages of the word Singapore. To the unaided eye, this appears as a single line, but the details can be seen legibly with the aid of a magnifying glass. On the lower side of the note, on the center, it has the lettering, Singapore, which is printed using the intaglio, raised printing. In the background of the obverse side, it has images of the wandering Cory, Cypria arens Linnaeus, 1758. A variable member of the genus. This species is difficult to describe, but easy to recognize by the mottled green top with a large brownish and centrally located blotch. This blotch may vary in shape and size from specimen to specimen. The Cory's size range is between 13 mm and 43 mm. Having an Indo-West Pacific distribution, this animal is a shallow water resident, found at the intertidal zone, and down to a few meters below mean low tide level. Although its numbers have declined in Singapore, it still remains the most common Cory here. Now let us discuss the reverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a large denominational numeral 10 in English on the top left corner, and on the bottom right center of the note. Next, it has an embossed clear window, which is a clear window with the denomination numeral embossed in it, with repetitive patterns of the denomination numeral on the top and bottom. Next, at the center, it features the picture based on sports theme, which consists of 5 popular sports pursuits. We see a jogger, a tennis player and a soccer player on one side, representing the most favored land sports in Singapore. On the other side, swimming and sailing are pictured representing water sports. These are illustrated against a vibrant general design to convey the sense of energy and ruggedness, symbolizing sporting activities in general, and, at the bottom of the central image, it has the lettering sports in English. Next, years of issue are coded with geometrical symbols below the word sports. Next, it has offset microtext below the central image at the bottom of the note. When magnified, the text Majula Singapura forms a continuous pattern. Next, it has a perfect registration, in which the Singapore lion symbol appearing near the watermark is printed simultaneously with the same image on the front and back of the note. When the note is held up to the light, the Singapore lion symbol on the front registers perfectly with the image on the back. Next, it has a complex clear window, which is a see-through window with a multi-tonal image, which consists of the emblem of Singapore, which is printed using the intaglio, raised printing, and next, it has a watermark-like shadow image, which consists of a portrait image of the Yusof bin Ishak, the first president of the Republic of Singapore, which is visible when viewed with transmitted light. On the upper side of the note, in English, a large text, Singapore, appear on the center. Here, we reach the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you soon. Goodbye.